Miss Dr.
Hi.
Smith. Thank you so much for meeting me.
Yes, thank you for coming in.
I know you have so much on your plate, so I really appreciate you setting apart this time.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, tell me a little about yourself.
Well, my name is Grace Gomez. I actually grew up in Washington State, so West Coast girl. I did hiking all the time, and I actually started violin when I started taking lessons when I was 2 years old, but I had a violin in my hands as soon as I could hold something. So I have really played music for as long as I remember, and it's always been a part of my life. So when I left Washington, I came to Texas in my high school years, and I still kept up with my violin, and I was so excited to discover music therapy because it meant that I could incorporate all the music that I had had, all the lessons and all of that, and really help people. So I just loved learning more about this field, and I'm excited to continue my education in it with the internship, and just super excited. I'm a farm girl at heart, but now I'm here in Houston with all the cement. So, yeah, life is funny that way.
Great. Well, how would you describe your music therapy approach or philosophy?
My music therapy approach is behavioral because of going to Sam Houston State University. All of the classes are based with behavior. So I have functional analysis drilled into my head, learning antecedent, behavior, and consequence. So every practicum that I did, I would observe the client, and I would fill out the whole chart for ABC, and it was so interesting to me because I'm a very structured, organized person, so it was really neat to me to actually see how it works and to see the results of actually changing the antecedent or actually changing the reward and rewarding a child for the correct behavior. So I'm definitely behavior, but I am really interested to learn more about the other approaches, and I think that can really help to make me a more well-rounded music therapist for all of my clients.
Great, great. Well, how did you hear about this position?
Actually, through the AMTA website. So as I was looking for internships, I knew that they had all of them listed on the website, and it's a great resource, the website. So I went on there, and it had all of your information to contact you, and you sent me your information for the interview. Thanks for setting up the time and everything. So through the AMTA website, and then I actually went to your website for the hospital and researched your hospital and kind of what y'all stand for and who you are as the music therapist here. I'm super excited to be able to work under you, for sure.
Great. Well, kind of along those same lines, why do you wish to intern here?
Because of you. I think you are a great music therapist, and I really want to learn what you have to teach me. I also really love the idea of it being a hospital because there are so many different avenues that I could learn and so many different situations that the clients are going to be in as far as their health, and I really want to be a versatile music therapist. So working with a big range of different illnesses and different situations for the client is really helpful in making me a more rounded music therapist. And I really love children, and I love working with kids, and I love that this is a children's hospital because I can work with kids, and that's just so much fun to me.
Great. Well, what's something that you would want to accomplish during your internship?
I would want to accomplish, that's a good question. Of course, furthering my skills. I want to further my skills with music. I want to further my skills with being versatile in my music and being able to reach the client where they're at. Really just increasing all of those skills. So learning how to be a better music therapist and really making it specific for each client. So not just one avenue that I use for every single client, but different ways that I can help different clients. So it's specifically for them.
Right. Okay. Well, let's see here. What are your strengths, musically and or therapeutically?
Musically, one of my strengths, since I have played violin for so long and music has been such a part of my life, I have learned to play by ear. So that's really helpful for me, and I actually have perfect pitch. So that makes it super easy for me to start songs, and I just think of the note and then I start. So it's fun to be able to do that. So just that it's been instilled kind of in my brain really helps me in my strengths. And I would love to learn how to incorporate the violin because I think that's such a fun instrument. But as far as my strengths, I think that I've played so long, so it's like really instilled within me.
Absolutely. Well, tell me what you feel like would be your weaknesses musically and or therapeutically.
One of my weaknesses with music therapy can be that one of my strengths is that I'm very structured, and I love organization, and I plan ahead. So back to your last question, I really love to plan ahead and have my sessions planned out and know exactly how I'm going to do it and really be prepared, because then I feel like I am the best that I can offer to my client. So that's my strength. But then on the weakness side, since I am kind of a type A personality, it makes it more difficult for me to be flexible with the client, and if it's just not going well, I'm learning because of practicum, which has been super helpful in this. I've learned that I just need to take a break and refocus and, do some client preferred things where it'll get them back on task. So really learning to meet the client where they are and be flexible with my schedule is one thing that I think has been a weakness that I have been needing to work on.
Okay. Our institution requires that you work with co-therapists, team leaders, supervisors, and administrators. How do you go about facilitating cooperation at all different levels, and what do you do when you encounter resistance?
Well, I think really knowing your teammates and knowing who you're working with is really helpful in that instance. Obviously, you can't know everyone, especially in a hospital, I've never worked in a hospital, but that's what I'm guessing. I do think that in a case where there is some friction between two different workers or anything in that situation, I think I would need to take a step back and look at myself, see if there's something that I'm in the wrong, because usually there is something where I'm in the wrong. I mean, I'm never perfect. So it's really important for me to look at myself and really, if it's possible, I would like to talk to a supervisor if it's serious enough, because I don't want to make an issue out of something if it isn't worth it. So being able to talk to mentors or a supervisor in all confidentiality would be the next step after really looking at myself and seeing if I'm at fault.
Okay, great. What experience do you have working in this type of setting?
With hospitals, not a whole much, because I have mainly just been at Sam Houston. But with children, I have, specifically just working with children, I've been working with children since I was 10. So, with children, it's super natural to me, and I've been a nanny for 4 years, and, another one for 3 years. So a lot of children experience, and then also with my practicum, I did one practicum with preschoolers, but one with just a 6-year-old boy that had autism. So that was really neat for me because it was just me on my own. I was just doing a solo practicum with the boy. So it was a lot of one-on-one, like it would be with a client and a music therapist. So that was a really great experience for me, and I really loved it. And I learned a lot about not only working with autism, but also working with children, because it's totally different. You have to really meet them at their level and have fun with them in order to reach some goals. So really, I love working with kids, and that's what I know that I wanted to do from the beginning. beginning, just because of all the experience that I have working with them in the past.
Okay. And how long did you work with the boy with autism?
I worked with him for 1 semester. So yes, each practicum is just 1 semester. He'll cycle on to a different student music therapist, hopefully in future semesters.
Okay. So tell me, why should we choose you as an intern?
I think you should choose me because I have a lot to, well, I do need to learn some things, but I really love what I do. I love music. I love helping people. I will plan. I mean, I might even annoy you a little bit if I plan too much because I might ask questions. I like to know what to do. So I will definitely plan for my sessions. I will be on time. I am never late. I will be organized. I'll have all of my paperwork. I'm just very on target with those kind of things. So I think I could really benefit your program by kind of lessening your load by not having to stress about some of the, I'm not going to be irresponsible. So I'm just very responsible, and I'll plan and organize, and I love doing music therapy, and I really love learning. So anything that you have, any input that you have, I would really love to hear and put into place in my practice.
Great. Okay. And just a fun one here. If you were an animal, which one would you be?
Well, in the case, it's only been 11 minutes. In the case with music therapy, maybe a horse, because horses are strong, but they also are sensitive, and they can be therapeutic since they're horses for therapy. So I think a horse, because I think I am strong, but I think that I am also sensitive and can connect with the client in an emotional way.
Great. Okay. Well, do you have any closing remarks? Any other comments you'd like to say about yourself?
Well, I am very excited about this opportunity, and I really hope that you will choose me. I know that you have a lot of options, and I know that you have a lot going on in your plate and everything, so I really hope to be able to work under you and be able to learn under you and just learn from you and the knowledge that you have from all of your schooling and from on-the-field experience. I've really enjoyed researching the hospital and what y'all do here, and I'm really excited that you have a NICU program, because then I can kind of learn more about babies and working with them as well with music therapy. I've seen so many amazing things regarding that. So I'm very excited about the opportunities, and also think that I could really be a benefit to your program as well.
Great. So is this the setting that you would want to be in long term, or would you have another population in mind?
I definitely want to work with children long term. I think I've thought about doing private practice maybe later down on the road, but I'm very interested in hospitals, and I always want to work with kids. That may change one day, and it may be expanded, but that's been my focus since day one, has been working with children. And in the hospital, I think it's even better, because then you really have your client base already there. You have all the doctors, which are so knowledgeable, and you have your treatment team, which having a team is so helpful, because then you have the physical therapists that you can work with, occupational therapists, all of that. So it's so helpful to be able to work with other people in order to come to one goal and just help one child.
Absolutely.
So really helping, you have so many more resources when you're at a hospital. So that's really exciting to think about being on a team and a part of a team and discussing things, because each angle has a different opinion too, and every angle that you get is a little bit more of the truth and a little bit more of the picture. So any more input that you can get from other, whether it be people that are taking care of the client or anything. Any of that input is so helpful in being able to help that client.
Absolutely. Cool. Well, thanks for coming.
Yes, thank you
It was
so
so nice to meet
much.
you.
Thanks again for your time. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you.
Yay! Good job, baby. You got it to 15 minutes.